That was like a boxing match. I mean, it was a very physical, very aggressive game. You know, we have great respect for Purdue and how hard they play, how tough they are. You know, I have respect for Matt and how hard his kids play, how tough they are, the way they rebound, defend. So we knew that. I use the analogy. I told him we were going to get hit. You know, coming into the game, and that, you know, we had to respond. Obviously, coming off of Sunday's emotional game, and I thought we did that. I thought that our kids really competed the last 28 minutes. I thought that the end of the first half was a big turning point there. We got a little bit of a boost with the run there at the end of the first half, and then really continued that the next 20 minutes. You know, I thought we did a good job competing on the backboard. I thought we moved the ball better in the second half. I thought our guys really played with great togetherness and great toughness. You know, obviously, Leron was great today on the glass, as was our team. But, 13 rebounds in 32 minutes. Some of those he just went up and snatched. And I'm proud of him for staying the course. I think a lot of guys in his situation, when he didn't play quite as much there for a while, would have pouted. And he didn't do that. He learned and got better. And, now is much improved from where he was. So I'm very excited about that. I'm proud of Malcolm because he had a tough end of the game the other day, and I told him we were going to see how tough he was here in this next one. I thought he played with great toughness. I thought he was really good at both ends. I have great trust and belief in him. Obviously, we ran the play there late game for him in the middle of the floor. He made a great decision, threw it to Leron, who was wide open, and Leron buried a big shot. I thought Nnanna, obviously broke the all-time shot block record tonight. Broke one of our great ones in Deon Thomas's record. He's one of the all-time greats here, and certainly we recognized him in the locker room. I think to do that, you have to not only have a great knack and timing for doing it, but you have to play with great motor, and you have to play really, really hard all the time. And I just hope people are enjoying watching him play as much as I've enjoyed coaching him. There's not very many guys, 6'11", 250 pounds, that are going to lay out for a loose ball like that at the end of the game. So, it was a good team effort. We certainly weren't perfect. We won on a night where we shot 35%, but I thought our defense was better. I thought our competitive toughness was better, in particular the last 28 minutes of the game. Questions for the players?
There was a couple things. One, Leron with 13 rebounds. I mean, that's amazing to me, especially for a freshman. Man, double-double. I haven't even got a double-double yet. And then I saw Nnanna, 5 blocks. I know that's what he's known for, but then he had 3 steals too. Man, not a lot of big men get 3 steals. I just remember one he got, we just dove on the floor like Coach said. I never seen like a 6'11" guy just dive on the floor like that. Even though we didn't score on the possession, that was big time. That kind of showed how we were playing the whole game.
Leron, what was it like going up against those towers that Purdue has, especially Hammonds?
It was fun actually, because I like to go against players that's bigger than me. I feel like it's a challenge, and I like challenges, and we had to work together as a team to help stop them and help rebound over them. I wouldn't have got half the rebounds I got if Nnanna and Malcolm hadn't been boxing out.
Leron, what's more difficult for you to assimilate? Is it offense, defense? When you had that freshman thing, you're trying to learn a whole system. What's that like?
It was both really, but the coaching staff and the players, they just told me to keep pushing and keep working, and that's what I did. And my mama, she didn't raise no quitter, so I wasn't gonna quit. And with the people behind me, the coaching staff and everybody, I couldn't quit.
Does it seem like there's just a ton of stuff that you have to remember every time you're out there?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff we had to remember, but I knew all of it. It's just sometimes you get in the game, you get into the moment of the game, and you lose focus sometimes. But I feel like I done learned it more and went over it more in practice, and coaches keep telling me what to do. Then I feel like I'm learning it better, and I know it better now.
Nnanna, can we get a word from you on Leron tonight? I know you look at what he does with some pride. If you could talk about what he did, and then also talk about setting the record, what the record means to you.
I think we all know Leron's one of the most hardworking players on our team, and he comes to practice every day, and he plays hard. And you know, he brings the energy, and he has a knack of having other players feed off his energy, and that's a great asset to our team. And you know, he's been doing it since he came here, and so. You know, his production is really big for us, and not just by the numbers and not just by the stats, but just by his energy and just by his motor. And I mean, he's really one of the biggest workers on our team, and he's gonna continue to do that. I mean, it's great, and it just speaks to, you know, I believe be able to stay healthy these last 4 years. You know, just being able to be healthy, to play in this great university so long and for so many games, and I just appreciate all the time I've had here, and you know, I mean, it's just an honor to be able to come here and be able to be, you know, healthy enough to play all these games.
And when you look at that bench and you got all the guys playing, it seems like it could be a good game for the guys on the bench against some of you guys. I mean, how have you guys been able to handle this adversity?
Yeah, the toughness, and that's been the standard, you know, ever since Coach Groce came here, and that's what we've maintained, and we understand. We got the players to do what we got to do, and we understand that when one player is down, you know, the next man steps up, and this is the standard we've set around here, and this is the standard we have to keep continue to meet.
How much did it appeal to you, just the nature of this game? You knew the other team was going to have a 7-footer on the floor at all times. You knew you couldn't foul out. And then you get in some foul trouble. But I mean,
It was close.
such a challenge for you. You know, it was a challenge particularly for you. You can't fake 6'11". You're the big guy. So how much did that just appeal to you to have a game like this at this point in your career?
I mean, we understand, you know, not many teams have two, you know, 7-footers. It's really hard, and not just 7 foot, but you know, they're real strong and real big. So you know, it was a challenge, and I think as a group we did a great job. You know, it wasn't just me, and it wasn't just Leron, it wasn't just Hill. It was all the help we got from the backside with our guards and from our other forwards. So it was a team effort to maintain the two big fellas. But I think you know, if Hill at 6'6" to do what he did, Hammond's laying the game and allowing me to get on Davis. He did a great job battling and fighting, and he really, you know, you could tell, you know, he was gonna let us lose. You know, he was gonna let us lose because the way how hard he worked to guard Hammonds.
Malcolm, after a tough game on Sunday and then get the win tonight, how big was tonight's win leading into Minnesota on Saturday?
I think this was a good win for us. I mean, we were actually put in almost the same position tonight. I mean, just like Indiana, I mean, we had to fight late in the game and pull one away. We did a bad job of that against Indiana, and I think tonight we responded and did a good job tonight.
Malcolm, have you ever guarded a 7-footer like Hammonds for that long before? What was that like?
I mean, I guarded a kid on my AU team that was 7 foot, but I mean, he wasn't nearly as physical and strong as Hammonds. No disrespect to him. I mean, it was high school to college. And, I mean, he's a big-time player, and he covers a lot of ground, too. The coach had trusted me, so I had faith in myself that I could guard him and just work really hard to keep it out there as best as I could. And I had a lot of help from the backside, so I really appreciate my teammates. Even when the shot went up, you know, boxing them out wasn't easy. I mean, and I had the help from the rebounds to help get rebounds, and I really appreciate my teammates for that.
Ron, what did it do for your confidence to be able to come off the court a few times and get a standing ovation from the home crowd?
It was amazing. The fans it's crazy here. I ain't never played in front of this many people before in my life, so it was nice. I mean, I like it. It helped my confidence, I guess.
Peter was saying you were the hardest working guy out there. Coach Groce has talked about your energy since you've gotten here. Is that kind of that energy being a constant for you? Is that almost like a philosophy for you in the way you play?
Oh yeah, if I ain't playing with energy, then I'm not helping the team in no way. I feel like that's my best asset to my game is my energy.
Anything else for the players here?
Ron, before the season, I saw you get a hug from Ray's mom tonight. Before the season, Ray said that you could go over and get some of her famous macaroni and cheese. You got a double-double and a good win. So, do you have any plans now?
Yeah, Ray told me after the game. He said, "What you want?"
Let these guys go. All right, fellas, get some rest. Tell the guys I'm texting the schedule, man.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Questions?
John, they don't have a lot of time left to play together. They've got some time, but the potentially kind of lethal combination of if you've got Egwu out there occupying guys as he does, what that could do for Leron, the rebounder. You know, if he gets pretty hungry and, you know, on the boards like that, he could really pile up a lot of them. Could that be a real big part of what you have going forward?
Well, it obviously is right now. We've changed our team and our lineup. It seems like, you know, several times since the spring, certainly in our minds all the way till today. So I thought guys really bought into the next man up philosophy. Everybody plays five. We're going to play five, put five players out there and, you know, have an expectation that we're going to play well. And like Nnanna talked about standards, we have certain standards offensively, defensively, you know, how hard we play, you know, all those different things that those guys have been taught over the 3-year window. But, you know, yeah, I mean, there's certainly a possibility of that, Steve, no question about it. But today was one game, and, you know, as Pat Riley says, he'll take consistency over greatness any day of the week. And today was one game, and kids played well. I want them to enjoy it. But then we got to get up tomorrow. We got to get back to work and get ready for Minnesota. I mean, they've got good size too with Eliason and Walker, and you know they're big too. I mean, we got to come to battle again. So it's kind of the way it is in this league. But I do think from a motor perspective, those two guys are very, very similar. And I think Nnanna's done a great job of leading Leron. You know, and you know, they have their motor and their, you know, the way they act, you know, all the different things that Nnanna has taught not only Leron but other players as well. But those two have kind of a special connection because of their motor.
Coach, do you think the size of the two Purdue players, these 2 7-footers, kind of helped them play with a little more energy when it came crashing the boards?
Purdue? Sure. I mean, you got to have more of a focus. They're big, and they're not just big because they got 2 7-footers. I mean, they have a 6'4" 4-point guard, a 6'6" 2 guard. I mean, they're big. I mean, they're a very, very good rebounding team. You know, very good. Their statistics show that. They've defended well, you know, especially here in league play. So, you know, I think that, you know, from a size perspective, they're probably about as big as any team we've played all year, not just because of the 2 7-footers. They certainly attribute to that, but they're also big at the other positions with a lot of their lineup combinations. So our guys were aware of that, no question about it. They knew they were going to have to really focus and have an emphasis on the backboard. And I thought tonight we competed on the backboard.
At the end, you know, when you got Malcolm guarding A.J. Hammonds down in the paint, is that something, I know you talked next man up, but is that something early in the year you even would have thought of putting him down there? Or does that kind of show his progression?
It does. I just had, you know, I believe in him, and, you know, I thought he would do a good job on him. Obviously, it's a little bit different look than typically having Nnanna or Mav or somebody like that of that size on him. And, you know, at that juncture, we had some foul trouble with Leron and Nnanna both having 4 fouls. And so sometimes you got to roll the dice.
John, with Leron, and I know you said it was coming, and he was a big recruit. You guys have so much in common. It's kind of like a proud papa, kind of seeing him blossom.
No question. I mean, I'm thrilled for him. You know, like I said, he has a lot of similar characteristics to Nnanna as a person, his effort, his motor, how much he cares about winning, how hard he competes, you know, his approach to practice. And it's been great. I think, you know, Leron will probably look back, as all of us will look back here, and a lot of the guys in appreciation of what Nnanna, you know, how he leads non-verbally and verbally, I think is pretty special.
Do you have a moment recruiting him where, I don't know, it just kind of always sticks in your mind on Leron?
Probably visiting his home. You know, he has a really special family. You know, Mom Tola and Dad Ronald and, you know, grandmother Doris. And it was, I just really enjoyed getting to know his family. You know, Sister Alana, Big Mike. I mean, all of them. They've got a great family. And there's a reason that he's the way that he is. And, you know, I certainly think that that would probably be the thing that stood out the most. I really enjoyed, when I left there, that day, and I kind of knew it watching him anyway, and we developed a relationship with him. But when I left there that day, I knew, beyond the shadow of a doubt that he was an Illini guy.
How are you dealing with the mash unit that increases? I mean,
well, I'm just trying to control what we can control. It's a little unprecedented, but as I said yesterday, I think cards are given to you to play. I have a little bit, different belief with that. I don't think certainly, God would give us anything that we can't handle. So we've been dealt those cards for a reason, and we've got to do the best job we can every day of playing them the very best that we can. And that's really what we're focused on. We're not going to have any excuses. We're not going to pout. I mean, it is what it is. Now, is it, a little bit maybe more than the norm? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's obvious. But, some of those things we can't control. The main thing is trying to get those guys healthy, and hopefully we can get a couple of them back.
How did that affect him on Sunday in the game with the eye issue? I know it happened early.
I don't know, Marcus. You'd have to ask him. I kept asking him if he was okay, and obviously at that point, we had no idea, that he was going to need surgery or, had a retinal tear. I mean, we didn't know that. So, but I asked him at halftime. He felt like he had changed out contacts and said, "Hey, I feel great and I'm gonna be fine." And he was trying to tough it out a little bit.
Your free throwing is still remarkable. Do the guys have a competition among themselves?
Top will tell you we're not allowed to comment on that. Saying now it's him. I thought we did a good job of being aggressive. Offensive rebounding certainly helped. We had 11 offensive boards at the half. I think when you're aggressive like that, then certainly that gives you a chance and an opportunity to get to the free throw line. And, fortunately, tonight we cashed in.
Coach, really the shooting woes tonight really didn't affect the guys on, overall performance and their effort. What do you attribute that to? Really still working on even though the shots weren't falling?
Growing up. Got to grow up. I mean, last two games we were off the charts with our offensive percentages and efficiency. And, tonight I thought the first half the ball stuck too much. Thought we took bad shots at times. Did not think we executed really well. I thought the run at the end of the first half kind of got us back in the game, but I thought Purdue clearly played better than us in the first half for the majority of it. I didn't think we were real sharp there. I just thought the ball was sticking too much. Second half was better, was much better. And I think our percentage indicated that. Now, we did miss some layups in the first half. A couple of those we got to convert. But I thought we were much sharper offensively in the second half. But I think it was one of those games where we certainly didn't tie our effort on the defensive end to whether we were making shots on the offensive end.
Did you just tell the guys at halftime, let's stop with the threes, just put your
No. No. I told them to move the ball. I thought we had taken some hero ball shots. I didn't think the ball moved very well. I thought our screening was average at best, and I just wanted to clean up the execution in the second half, and I thought we screened and executed better.
Did Tom Meades give you an explanation on the Jalen offensive fast break foul?
No, but I think he did. I think it was I didn't see it because I was watching Kendrick, but I trust Dustin's judgment. He thought that Jalen had fouled.
Anything else here for Coach?
Thanks, guys.